Hi everyone, me again, Susie. Now we'll be taking off Monday, guys and girls. So I want a nice long weekend. I'm feeling really tired and I'm sorry about that. And I'm really sorry to people I had to change their meeting time because I'm just really tired today. I've had a long week of trading and investments and all sorts of things. So just exhausted. I'm just going to take some time out until, I know you'll hear from me on Tuesday. So apologies if I can't make the meeting on Monday, but we'll reschedule, not a problem. So let's look at technicals, because I do like looking at the technicals on a daily basis. It helps me with my judgment of what I'm going to get into and that sort of thing, or what's holding up and all that sort of business. Now, ADA is not doing that well at the moment. It surprised me this trading on ADA. The sellers are still there at around 123, 629. Okay, and it needs to really break through this level to go onto the races to take out this 146, right? So for me, I would not get into ADA at the moment. The volatility on this is still quite high, around 125%. And so that's why we're not getting into it, because the Sharpe ratio is giving us less than 2, okay, on a risk-adjusted volatility level minus your risk-free rate of the 10-year yield, okay, the 10-year bond yield in the US, which is about 1.67% at the moment, okay. So that needs to break out, and it's not doing it at the moment. So we just wait on this one. ADA, whether we put more money into it or not, we just wait. Okay, so it needs to break 125, something like that. Now, AGI, I don't trade this, but it does look like it's off to the races, definitely. This thing can get to 41 cents, maybe potentially high. It's doing a lot of volume here. Looks very good on the chart, I have to say. It's not one I trade, but it does look good, okay, for a trading view. Definitely. We look at Algo. Algo, what do we got? We've got a buy here, we've got a recandle. Did a lot of volume here, massive amount of volume there. Wow, look at that. It is a fair way above its 200-day moving average over a 4-hour period, and its 9-day moving average over a 4-hour period. But look, I'd rather wait. This thing has hit a lot of selling around 139. So let's just see where she goes. We don't need to be there. There's 9,000 cryptocurrencies out there, coins and tokens, and we don't need to take on additional risk, right? If it doesn't look good on the chart, we don't have to do it. If it doesn't look good in terms of Sharpe ratios, risk-adjusted returns, we don't have to do it, right? And if it's in the same sector, we don't all have coins in smart platforms, because someone's going to win, not all of them. There's hundreds and hundreds of smart platform coins and that sort of thing, smart contract platforms and the like. So we don't need to be there. We don't need to be there, okay? Let's have a look at Ambrosis. Now, we do have this as a trade. Doesn't look good at the moment. They keep selling this damn thing, right? 0.097, right? It's very tight trading range of 0.088 to around 0.09, maybe 10, 10 cents, okay? So this needs to break one way or the other, and I'm keeping a very close eye on this in my trading portfolio. If this thing breaks below this 200-day moving average of 0.082 over the 4-hour, I'm out, baby. I'm out, because it's in our trading portfolio, okay? So let's just keep an eye on that. We have got a lot of sells. It's taken a lot of hit here, but it's the struggle between the buyers with the blue and the sellers, okay? And you can see it's at every level, 0.098. AST, I don't know what AST is, but we were given a sell here yesterday. We've been given a buy, but it's still moving down. So again, we don't need to be there. All right, we don't need to be there. Now, Adam is a good story, very good story, and it's, they broke it down through the 200-day moving average over 4-hour and the 9-day moving average over the same time frame. And again, like I said, I always got a 4-hour time frame, so just assume that it's a 200-day moving average over a 4-hour time frame. So it's every, the 200 4-hour time frames, okay, or the 9-day, it's 9, 4-hour time frames, okay? So you get my idea here. So I won't explain that again unless I change the time on the chart, like make it a day or something, all right? So this is broken through and it looks very good, actually. There's a lot of selling here. Whoops, what's happening there? A lot of selling here. And this thing looks very good. It could take out its highs again, okay, up here, right up there. I don't know what I've done here. Do I need to turn something off here? Let's just go back to that. It's annoying. I don't know. Sometimes I still learn this thing. It just makes it very, very annoying. What's the story here? Let me just check this. Oh, I'll turn this off. But anyway, look, this looks very good. It does look like it can break up to about 21 bucks and higher and then take out the next high at 24.52. Okay, so it looks pretty good, and there's a lot of volume going through on Atom at the moment. All right, so we have a look at Avax again. There's a lot of selling here between the buyers and sellers. There's sellers and buyers both here, and it's trading a very tight range of 20, roughly about 28 to about maybe 30 bucks. It's got to, someone's going to win here, the buyers or the sellers. Okay, there's a lot of selling here on Avax. We don't need to be there. Now let's have a look at Bitcoin Cash. I don't like Bitcoin Cash. I never have. But this is certainly off to the races. And this thing could take out its high again of 607. Very, very bullish chart. 200-day moving average is curling up. The 9-day is moving up too. A lot of buying here. Very, very bullish chart, okay? This thing could effectively take out its highs again of 738. But it's just not one that I like. I'd rather be in Bitcoin if I was going to be anything. I'd have to look at the volatility of it, the excess returns that I expect it to get, and whether it has a sharp ratio of positive for our investment portfolio. And if I don't need to be there, I don't need to be there. Now, looking at Bernard's, I gave you a nod on this one 8 years ago. We've been buying this all the way up, and it's right here at its top, right? Excuse me. Right here at its top. Last time they sold around 352. They're trying to sell it down again, okay? Look, volume here, but they are trying to sell it. But I just think they're going to be totally wrong on this. Bernard's is going to be coming out with their buyback soon. It'll be fantastic. Don't forget Coinbase coming out with their annual profits for the first quarter on the 6th of April. They're going to list on the exchanges on the 14th of April. And Coinbase is like a fifth of the size of Bernard's, right? So if I have a look at Coinbase's profitability, and I'm going to literally be able to tell what sort of profitability Bernard's have, okay? And that's going to give me a big idea to how much they're going to burn. And I do believe they'll burn more than what they did last time, okay? Last time was about 4 million. I think this time they could do 6 to 10 million. And if that's the case, this coin will get to $400 before you can even say Jack Robinson, or maybe 600 up here somewhere. It is a no-brainer. The staking on this thing with Bernard's 27%. It is seriously a no-brainer. And we bought it at a lot lower levels, okay? I mean, if I had more money, I'd even buy Bernard's here, seriously. If we look at Bitcoin, again, they're trying to sell Bitcoin constantly, right? But we know how many people are coming into this market. The big institutions, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock are in there, Fidelity are in there. There's trillions of dollars of money out there, and that's going to come into this market. Trillions and trillions and trillions. The exchanges are short on Bitcoin. They only have about 600,000 Bitcoin left. This is a no-brainer. This thing is going to go higher, and it will take out its high. I have no doubt in my mind. We've been given another buy here. The 9-day moving average looks beautiful. So does the 200-day moving average. This thing is going to break, and when it does, it's going to go parabolic straight up, and it'll drive all the other specific alts up as well, which we're in, and we'll do extremely well on those alts. I reckon the Bitcoin's going to give us a risk-adjusted return of maybe about 100%, but the alts are going to give us even more, 300% over a 90-day period or so, right? So to me, Bitcoin, people selling it are just mad. I noticed that looking at the shorts, there's a lot of shorts, right, in this market, and they're all getting cremated. Why would you be short this market? Doesn't make sense to me at all. Now let's just have a look at Bitcoin Gold. It's one I just stay away from because I kept losing money on it, and I don't trade things I lose money on. So this has taken out its high of 38 bucks, and it looks like it will go higher. Bitcoin Gold, there is sometimes a little bit of liquidity in this thing, and that's something I don't like either, depending on what exchange you're on. Some of the exchanges have taken off Bitcoin Gold, and but it does look very good technically, and it looks like I can get to about 43 bucks to me, okay? I have to be comfortable with what I'm holding, but this looks very good, and it does look like you can go through 39 to 43 bucks, right? Now, BTT, we've been in for a long time, and this thing looks fantastic to me. If it squeezes up, this thing could go seriously parabolic. Look, there's so much buying here. You could also do it on margin, and apparently you can stake Bitcoin, BitTorrent as well. So, this thing, in my mind, could go to 1 cent, and that's what I'm saying. If you don't have a lot of money, buy some BitTorrent. Every time Tron goes up, This torrent goes up. They have 225 million clients, man, and girls. It's just a no-brainer. Honestly, it's a no-brainer. Now, Chili's, they've been trying to sell and sell and sell. You know, we've got sell here, right? Even though they put on a new client the other day that has 550 million fans globally, they're still trying to sell this thing, right? But eventually they will be wrong completely. All right. Even if it moves below the 200-day moving average, I know the story. I love it. It's a no-brainer. And I will be picking up more of these. Absolutely. This is starting to look like a descending wedge. But let's see how it plays out next week. I'll be looking to close on the weekend, even though I'm taking a break. But I do believe this thing can break out. And when she does, it's going to go off to the races. And I'm not calling my own book. I just believe it. Now, Crow, again, looks like it's breaking out to me. Crypto.com, they're doing some amazing things, this shop. And, you know, this thing could take out 25 and 27. I think this thing could easily get to $1.20, you know, easily. But if you look at this, you've got the buyers here at 19.58 and you've got the sellers at 22.39. But eventually someone's going to win out. And I suspect it's going to be the buyers because we're in a bull market and there is just so much cash coming in, right? It doesn't pay to be short. There's no doubt about it. I mean, look at the volume on this thing. It's a no-brainer. Plus, they were the one that did the transaction for Visa, right? The journos are completely wrong about this, right? It was a USDC ERC20 token, stablecoin, right? Stablecoin, I should say. And it's on, you know, it's provided, it was done by Ethereum, right? But the transaction was between Visa and Crypto.com's exchange with the USDC 20 coin, right? The USD ERC 20 coin, right? So it, you know, this thing's going to go a lot higher, okay? Civic, it's been a fantastic story for us. Originally, one of my clients got into this thing at 9 cents and I put out a buy to buy some more. I think it was about 50 cents or something like that. This thing could easily get to $2, okay? Looks great. Seriously, this is really good. It's did nothing for so long. And if you go right back, this thing could go up to that level, right? This is a no-brainer as well. They're in self-identification. It's just a no-brainer. Now, DGB, again, behind this thing was 0.09. It looks very good technically. More buying here. We've got another buy. This thing could take out its highs, okay? No two ways about it. Dodge, which is a part of Elon Musk. I don't like trading stuff where it requires someone like Elon Musk to send out a tweet, okay? Because it creates such volatility. And this thing, the volatility in this thing would be just way too much and it reduces Sharpe ratio, okay? It's too volatile and it's not something that I would, you know, put a lot of money into. But look, you know, it could take out its highs again if Musk gets up there and, you know, keeps touting it. But did a lot of volume here, but you know, they've been selling it down, but interesting. We'll just have to see how that plays out. I just don't like the volatility in this one, okay? Dot looks very good to me. They tried to sell Dot all the way down, right? Big selling here, went all the way down there. And we started buying here somewhere. And this thing looks fantastic. A lot of people, a lot of coins or tokens from Ethereum are going on to Dot because it's cheaper and more scalability. This thing will take out its highs of 42 and it looks like it can get to 46, right? End of the year for this one, I have it about $85. It's a great story. Seriously, a really good story. It's come back really strong. Not surprising because it has the fundamentals, okay? Engine, let's have a look at Engine Coin. This one's a no-brainer. They've been trying to sell it here, there. But again, why would you sell something that's such a fantastic story and going high and getting more clients? It doesn't make sense to me. You've got to marry the fundamentals with the technicals and the Sharpe ratio, okay? And that causes that creates a very strong trading system, okay? Or a buying system or an investment system, right? So, you know, this thing in my mind will take out its highs again. And I do think it'll go higher. If you go back there, it did nothing for a long time, right? A lot of these cryptos got the same profile. Now, EOS, I hate, it's a dog. If they're buying EOS, it's very clear they're buying anything. And this will be the Chinese buying this thing, okay? A lot of volume in EOS because Wise Rating came out 2 years ago and said EOS was the best technology. And I wonder how much they paid Wise to say that. And it's not. It's a crap technology. They ripped off the client base, the retail client base, and I just wouldn't be in it. Okay. It's not something I would be in because I don't trust it. ETC, I hate, but look, clearly it's broken out. There's no doubt about it, right? And it could get back up here at 18 bucks. There's a lot of opportunity in this market, but I don't like ETC. It's been hacked a lot of times and I don't like it. I don't need to be there, but technically it looks very good. Okay, very good indeed. If I go to Ethereum, again, I don't like Ethereum, but I do believe Binance will outperform it, and it did, and it has. And I think it'll be off to the races with Binance, right? I think Binance goes high. They are selling Ethereum. It's losing a lot of clients. Its fees are astronomical. They're ripping off the client base, and I just don't want to be there. I don't like it. I don't like the story. You know, proof of work, it's still a proof of work, no scalability. But, you know, the chart does look bullish. No two ways about it. A lot of buying because the fund managers are buying Ethereum, okay? And, you know, you can stay on that if you want, but I just think there's better risk-adjusted rate of returns in Ethereum, okay? If you look at Fetch, which is AI, and that's a great story, AI, that's where cryptocurrency technology can make all the difference. We're given sell, 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 big volume here, actually, when you look, but now we've been given another buy, okay? So this is very interesting. I just want to look at a daily on this one, on Fetch. Whoa, wow, you got this big smile. Remember I did this big smile here? Amazing. This thing is really amazing. Gosh, it's really gone up, hasn't it? We have this in our trading portfolio. Yeah, that looks fabulous. Really good. Support on the daily is 0.66715, and obviously resistance is at 0.88436, but it does look very good technically. So let's get back to the 4 hours. Flow, I don't know what flow is, but it seems very expensive to me. There's sell, 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 been given another sell. Also, technically, it doesn't look good. The 9-day moving average over 4 hours going down, which is not good. We've been given a channel break sell, and it's also going through the 200-day moving average over 4 hours. That's not something I want to be in. This thing could come down here, 25 bucks, okay? Whatever it is expensive, and I don't want to be there. I like coins that are really cheap, that have the goods, okay? Fun. Again, fun looks like it's breaking out, but again, at every level, they keep selling, every level, but it's still incredibly cheap. There was a crowd that actually bought 3.5 billion of fun and it had, basically they hold half the supply. And this thing could really rocket up, okay? It's in gaming and it could rocket up big time. But we have to respect the 4-hour chart. It's giving me a double sell here. Look at the volume here, massive. So we just have to see where that goes in the near term, okay? If we look at the graph, this has been very oversold, okay? And there are people that have been buying, which is good. Seriously oversold, okay? This thing used to be at 289, and I do believe this thing can go back there again, okay? We've been given another buy here. Let's see where she goes. It's an investment coin. It's a great story. Now, I get a lot of people ask me about HBAR, and I'm still not comfortable with them, okay? I need to do another review on this, and, you know, I don't buy what I'm not comfortable with, okay? And even in a trading portfolio, you know, I have bought HBAR before, that it doesn't sit well with me. If it doesn't sit well with me, I don't need to go there, right? I don't have to. There's a lot of crypto out there. So the range on this thing, they were selling it around 45 cents, and then the last sell was around maybe 41 and 41, but now we've been given a buy, but there's a tussle here between the buyers and the sellers, right? So this thing could break out, and I probably think it probably will go upside. Excuse me, because the crypto market is bull, but we'll just see. I don't need to be there. There's other better performing cryptocurrencies on a risk adjusted return than HBAR, okay? Now, Hubi token is cheap. One of my clients bought Hubi below 13 bucks, right around here somewhere, which was a genius buy. And that client is going to make a lot of money out of this investment position, right? Their exchange, they're making a lot of money, you know. This thing could get up to 26 bucks and take out its high, you know. Let's go further, 30 bucks, right? If she breaks 1767, she is off to the races, right? A lot of volume being done here on Hubie, and it's a no-brainer. Honestly, you can stake. It's a no-brainer. Seriously, this is a no-brainer. All these exchanges are making a lot of money. ICX, Icon, been given a sell here. A lot of volume being done, but we have got a sell here, so we have to respect that. Doesn't surprise me. It's ran very hard. Golly, almost parabolic. Great story. But again, we've got to sell and we have to respect that if we want to pick up some more later. OST, again, interesting. Double top up here. Wow. Very interesting. Wow. Got to sell. Again, we respect the charts and see what happens. Interesting. So this is trading a range of what? About 0.5072 to 0.052. So this is going to break out somewhere for sure. Got to just been a great story. Okay. Part of Tron story. And it's doing a lot of volume, a lot of buy and a lot of sell. They've tried to sell it around 15 cents. We've been given a sell, so we have to respect that. Might come back down to 11.867 or maybe even 11, right? But either way, we'll keep an eye on this, and if we think it's worthy, we'll buy some. If it looks good in terms of the excess return over volatility, less the 10-year bond rate. Okay, the Sharpe ratio, which is what I always talk about. Now, Qcoin, I knew Qcoin was cheap, and I got people to buy that. It's been off to the races, right? It's back up at $7 where it sold down last time. Now, this is a super story, actually, and it's cheap. For an exchange, this is cheap. Could be taken over by bananas, okay? Easy, right? The big resistance level is $6.91, right? 92 cents. But I do believe this thing is off to the races. They tried to sell it and sell it and sell it. As you can see, the buyers kept buying and they tried to sell it, keep it down, and they're going to try and sell it again here around the highs of $7, but I just believe they're going to be wrong. Okay, Link, same story, right? Link, very aggressive selling all the way down here to $20, a lot of volatility, and then we have this tussle between the buyers and the sellers constantly here, and now we've just been given another buy. And this is moving up beautifully. And this thing I do believe will take out its higher again and will go higher in the scheme of things. Now, List, again, has had an amazing performance, as you can see, but we have to respect the chart at the moment. Got it to around 620, 625, and, it's given as a sell. Plus the 9-day moving average is starting to move down over a 4-hour, okay? But it's way above its 200-day moving average. It's a very bullish chart. But let's wait. We could see it come down maybe potentially to probably about 543 and maybe 483, but I doubt it very much, okay? So let's wait, okay? Let's wait. Now, Litecoin I see is very underpriced, right? I see Litecoin being at 360 or 480, right? And it's very underpriced, right? If it squeezes up, the high on this thing was 247. It has underperformed in the last month. But I do believe Litecoin is cheap. It is a payment system. It doesn't have the same miners as Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's quicker. They do more transactions. It doesn't get queued. And I believe that Litecoin is a great story and a good buy. And we do have this in our investment portfolio. I think we bought it at $76, okay? Matic is doing very well. I love Matic. I think this thing goes higher. I've got a valuation on this thing of 120. Got up to 54 cents. It's at 37 odd. And you know what? The seller's been selling constantly, trying to sell this down, and it didn't happen. It didn't breach its 200-day moving average over 4 hours, and that is ultra bullish. This thing looks like it can go a lot higher to me, okay? You got this down, up, and then down, and then up again. And I do think it can get through 120. I mean, it's called Polygon now, but it looks very good. MFT, which is one of our trading coins, looks really good. The high was 0.03, got to 0.032. They sold it again. Now they're still trying to sell it. Look at this here, massive volume. Looks pretty good, and I'm happy to hold. It's up 10% today. Myth, another one of our trading coins, been selling between the buyers, selling and the buyers. It's been this buying and selling. But Myth looks like it's going to go off to the races, okay? Now, the previous high was 0.07. And I think it could break through that and go higher, okay? Neo looks very good. Neo has broken out. There's no doubt about it, right? And we looked at that the other day, 55 bucks. I didn't put on a trade because I ran out of money, basically. So, you can only buy so much, right? That's for sure. But technically, this looks very good. And it could, again, go much higher. If we take it back to a month, I just want to see where it was ages ago. I mean, crikey, it used to be up here somewhere, $203. Wow. In 2018, got this big smile. This could go up a fair way, Neo, okay? Could go up to 100 bucks, right? I'm just running out of money, but that looks very good on a monthly, okay? It looks excellent. It's certainly broken out. There's no two ways about it, okay? Now, Nexo, I love. You can stake on Nexo. You don't have to sell your crypto. You can get cash at 5%. It's a great story. This crowd will get a banking license, and I do believe this will break out, okay? I've got a valuation of about $8 on this thing with a banking license. You've got the sellers all the way trying to sell it, as you can see, sell, sell, sell. Then you've got the buyers buying, okay? And it's a tussle between the two, right? They're selling at, 283, 285, but I just believe they will be wrong. This is a great story, and they're putting on more clients all the time. I prefer them to Celsius, actually. And Celsius is probably it's a lot higher, actually. Let's see if I can have a look at Celsius because that's their competitor. Celsius, that's it. Let's have a look at that. Let's go to this one. So we have a look at Celsius, right? Oh, that's not it. Sorry, got the wrong one here. Let's go Celsius USD Tether. Whoops. There we go. Let's do this one. So Celsius is Nexo's competitor, okay? And look at that chart. I don't like Celsius. I never have. I just don't know why. It feels scammy to me or something. I'm not sure. But, it's under the 200-day moving average, Celsius, right? So I don't like that. The fact that it's under the 200-day moving average over the 4 hours, right? And the 200-day moving average is moving down, okay? And I don't like that at all. And the 9-day moving average over a 4-hour period is very volatile. If you look at Nexo, there's less volatility. It's on a risk-adjusted basis. Nexo is a better story. This is incredibly volatile, as you can see by the 9-day moving average. And the fact that it's under the 200-day moving average over a 4-hour is very bearish, and also the sellers are winning, okay, on this story. So, Nexo is less volatile, has a higher Sharpe ratio, and a better story as far as I'm concerned. So if we go back up to here, where did I get to? Nexo. If we go to OakB, again, another exchange. They tried to sell all these exchanges, but they're cheap, man. OakB's been given another buy. The previous high was 23, but Hubi is a better story because it's actually cheaper, right? And it's a bigger exchange, I think, than OakB. These are Asian exchanges, and they're worth a fortune. OakB is investing in other blockchains and all sorts of things, and so is Hubi, okay? Now, the range on this thing for 4 hours, 23 bucks to 12, but the shorter range, there's been a lot of selling here around, let me just have a quick squeeze here, around 1886, right? But we have been given a buy. The 9-day moving average over 4 hours looking very nice. It's consolidating, and it looks like it's going to break out top side, okay? So very good. OMG has done extremely well. Been given double sell here, 816, I should say. They did sell it up here at over $8, which is a double top from the previous. And we have to respect that sell at the moment, okay? And look at the volume down here, massive, amazing. All right, so one's got a lot of selling at 21 cents, 20 cents, 21 cents, okay? A lot of selling. So let's just see where that goes. I know we've got this in our trading portfolio. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. If it breaks, I don't know. I wouldn't like to see it break the 200-day moving average over a 4-hour period. If this breaks 18, I might just get out of this one and flick it out. Again, we've got it sell on. Looks extremely good. Really does. It's performed outstandingly and looks very good, but they're trying to sell it all the way. So we just have to respect the chart at the moment, okay? Ox, I don't know what ox is, but God, that volatility is something I don't like. Look at that. That means it's quite a liquid. This, when you see this sort of thing, where the sellers can literally push it down from here, 74 cents down to 55 cents in one sell, that means there's a lot of liquidity in this this ox, and things like that I don't like, because that's a lot of volatility, okay, which will affect your Sharpe ratio. If you don't need to be there, you don't need to be there. There's less volatile coins, okay. Poles is oof, that looks horrible. Poles looks terrible. Forget about it. Poly, we're in. Poly looks very good actually, I have to say. But we have been given a sell. Got sold at 0.71315 or something. And, you know, minor supports at 58, a bigger line of support, 53, and then down here, 47, where the 200-day moving average is on a 9-day, on a 200-day, on a 4-hour, I should say. So let's have a look at power. Power looks fabulous, man. 62 cents. Wow. That looks very good. And I do believe power can go higher. It's a fantastic story. Absolutely. Fundamentally a fantastic story. Now, QNT is in the hand of the traders. It's got low volume. I don't like the volatility in this. I wouldn't touch it. They've been selling here, selling, and they're still selling. And I think for what it is, it's way too expensive, and I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. And I don't like the volatility in this, okay, which speaks of also a market where the bid offer spreads are wide as well. And this is why you're getting this such, you know, these long, you know, on the charts, you know, this long down, right? Or, you know, I don't like it at all. I wouldn't be in that. UTM has done extremely well, and it's above its previous high. They are selling it, of course, they would, but I just feel it's a great story. This thing was, you know, a much higher than where, you know, where it is now, you know, back a couple of years ago. Don't like Request. Let's have a look at Request again. It's done very well, Request, but they are selling it, okay? A lot of volume, but they're selling it. Rune looks very good. Golly, Rune looks excellent. Have got a sell, but now we've got another buy. So this thing looks so good. I have to do some work on Rune. I need to find out a bit more about what it's about. Seriously, we did have it in our trading portfolio once, so we took profit on it, but it looks pretty good. There's so much to look at. I can't even keep up with it. Solana, Sologenic, I should say, which is XRP. What do we got? Double top here at 20.2772. Okay, so you have to respect that chart and just see where she goes. Suchi, I hate. Oof, under the 200-day moving average over 4 hours, trying to consolidate, but I wouldn't touch it with a pole. ERC 20, forget it. Also, Swipe looks very good. Took a lot of selling, right? But it's coming out on top, and this thing could take out its high again at 415 very quickly. And I'm actually in Swipe, my investment portfolio. The key, which we put in our trading portfolio, looks fabulous, right? This is cheap. It's up 32% today, man. And you know what? It's gone past its previous high, 0.003267. This could potentially go a lot higher, okay? See what's on the daily on this one. Just want to see where it's been. Yeah, if you put it on the daily, it's been higher. Okay, it's been at 0.04. Wow. Wow, that's really interesting. That would be a great return. Okay, well, we're in it anyway for our trading portfolios. It looks pretty good to me. Looks very good. Now, Tron is very cheap, and they are trying to sell it, but we've just been given another buy, and this thing can go a lot higher. I think Tron is so undervalued, absolutely, for what they do, completely undervalued. This thing could see double digits very quickly, you know, 22 cents, 23. Okay, we're going to Uniswap. Again, this is Ethereum. I don't like it at all. Let's go back to the 4 hours. Anything Ethereum based is going to suffer, right? Uniswap's still on the 200-day moving average over 4 hour, but you know the sellers are here. It's trying to buy and break through this. Okay, I think anything on Ethereum is going to just suffer, and Uniswap is suffering because of it. Let's have a look at VeChain. VeChain is very underpriced. Okay, I believe that they've got a lot of clients and a lot of partners. We have got an argy-bargy with the sellers here, seller, but ultimately it looks very good to me. And this thing looks like it can break out 1, 2, the M's completed down and up again. Looks pretty good. If it got lower, I'd buy some more. Walton coin, a no-brainer, okay? This is very cheap and we've just been given another buy. If you take Walton coin way back, I bought this thing at 90 cents. You know, it used to be a lot higher. These charts don't go back enough. But if you look at coin market cap, this thing was trading, you know, in the $20 region or something, even higher, which is pretty amazing story. I mean, it does what VeChain does. It's in supply chain management, okay? So it looks pretty good to me, and I'm going to stick with that. I'd like some more of this if it gets lower because the risk-adjusted return, the Sharpe ratio makes sense. We look at Wirex, again, they're still trying to sell this, but the interesting thing is it's above the 200-day moving average over a 4-hour, you know, they're still trying to sell, but there's a bit of buying around. Anything at 1 cent, people are buying, and I have a valuation of this at least 4 cents by the end of the year, okay? So it's a cheap bet. Plus, they're joining the exchange this month, so we're keeping an eye on that as well. Stellar, I don't like. You know, I'd rather buy, you know, XRP if I'm going to be in a payments coin. Stellar copied XRP's technology. It's, you know, it's not as good, obviously, as XRP. It doesn't look very good to me, I have to say. But look, you know, if I don't want to be there, I'm not going to be there. Let's check out XRP. XRP needs to break, as I said up here, somewhere 75 for me to be happy with it. I'm glad it's above the 200-day moving average over a 4-hour period. And, you know, this looks like it could break out, okay, which would be great. My only concern is what Brad Garlinghouse said today about changing, you know, XRP to something else within their technical system. It's not very clear what he meant by that. Does it mean that, you know, we get compensated or whatever the story is? So I'll be keeping a look at that article as well. But, you know, 78 cents, if it got through that, then this thing's going to be off to the races and back to 360 in no time. Okay, Tezos looks great. High on this one was 564, could go higher. ZIL, people ask me about ZIL. I'm still not very comfortable with ZIL. It's back at its highs again. Looks very good technically, I have to say. It does look like it's a breakout. Okay, we've got to buy in this. This thing looks like it can take off its high and go higher. We look at OX. OX has done very well. The previous high was 218, 205. It looks like it can take out its high again. And that's pretty much it, guys and girls. So look, have a great weekend. Look after yourselves. Take some time, sleep. I'm certainly going to do some sleeping. I'm really tired. And just enjoy yourself and be safe. And thank you very much for all your support on Patreon. I really appreciate it. Anyway, I will come back to all of you next Tuesday, and I'll organise some meetings over the weekend for people that missed out today and everything else. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a great time off, and happy Easter to everyone. Thank you very much.